Hi everyone, I'm Leslie and I'm on Royal Caribbean's Ultimate World Cruise. We are traveling the world over 9 months and I am documenting all of it right here on Point Your Soul North. So today, the crystal clear, beautiful waters and islandy feel of Moorea in French Polynesia is our next stop. Let's go check it out. I could literally just let this video play and show you our stop in Moorea without saying a word. It is so breathtakingly beautiful. It speaks for itself. Of course, I can't go without giving you a commentary of what's going on, but yeah, let me show you what our day brought us. Needless to say, Moorea has shot to the very top of my absolute favorite places in the world, captured my heart. I left a huge part of my heart in Moorea. I haven't stopped thinking about it since. It is like nothing I've ever seen, and let's just kick it off. We start off knowing that we need to tender. So if you recall, tendering off the cruise ship, you get into a little boat and it takes you to land. So we tendered our way into town, and just the tender boat alone was spectacular. The bay that the ship is anchored in is stunning. It's hills and the mountains and the bay, and the water is just, oh my gosh, the water is like holding a glass, and that clear water you see in a drinking glass, that's what the water looks like. And as lots of our world cruise stops have done, the local people are at the pier waiting for us and welcoming us, and Moorea was no different. They welcomed us in such a beautiful way. The island of Moorea is about 52 square miles. It's a small, sweetest little heart-shaped island. It's got about 18,000 people that are full-time residents on the island, and it has the most incredible, just true, basic, simple island feel. Nothing commercialized. We saw a fisherman who had made a makeshift stand out in front of his driveway to hang the fish that he had caught. When I say fish, like they were the size of my body fish, and he hung them on this rack. So as the traffic went up and down the street, he was just advertising his fish. Fruit stands where you can just purchase fresh fruit from the side of the road. Just very community driven, small town. Yeah, I could move there in a blink. Absolutely loved it. One of the things that we've done on our world cruise adventure is we haven't booked a lot of excursions either through Royal Caribbean or on our own. If we feel safe and comfortable in the communities that we're in on our own, we are just going for it. I did quite a bit of research before we left, so I knew what was where and some options, and we've just kind of hit the ground and decided as we went. So one crazy interesting fact about Moorea is there's absolutely zero things, insects, plants, animals, bugs, snakes, reptiles, zero things that can kill you. Everything in Moorea is harmless. And when you think about being outdoorsy like I am, being in an outdoorsy, beautifully island, ocean, hills area where nothing is poisonous, sign me up. So we knew we were going to e-bike here in Moorea, and we just jumped on our bikes and we're on our way. The e-bikes are rented through Viator, and they were incredible. The guy was right there at the cruise support. He gave us the tutorial on how the bikes work. He gave us a map, showed us where the kind of inside spots and things to see, and sent us on our way. The e-bikes are assisted bicycles, so as you pedal you get help, so it's a little motorized. Super helpful because it's hot in Moorea. Although it's flat, it's hot, so the assistance was welcomed. So we took off on these e-bikes, and yeah, just watch. Oh my God, it's so beautiful here. I could totally live here. I could totally live here. We're in Moorea and it is beautiful. I look like a complete dork in this hat, but it's beautiful. We had kayaking planned for the afternoon. So we're gonna bike through the island in the morning, and then we're gonna bike our way right to where the kayaks leave the water's edge later in the afternoon. These island bungalows that now you are familiar with, you see them all over Tahiti, Bora Bora, here in Moorea, actually were invented here in Moorea. A failed vanilla plantation converted their covered huts into these bungalows, and it has turned into this phenomenon of high-end resorts. Gotta love that. First of all, it's a vanilla plantation, so that's amazing in and of itself. But if you're not gonna successfully run your vanilla plantation, then converting it into vacation bungalows, yeah, that's for me too. Sign me up. Oh my God, it is so unbelievably beautiful here. We're on e-bikes in Moorea, and holy beautifulness. We picked Chez Irene partly because we had time to eat lunch before the kayaking, but partly also because Roy was sweating so bad. You with your completely soaked t-shirt. It had become apparent that maybe his e-bike was not so assisted. He was doing a lot of pedaling, and I would pedal once and I would take off. He was pedaling, and of course it's so hot and so humid, and he is just soaked. At one point I said, you know, I don't think this is right. So we reached out to the e-bike contact, and within 10 minutes he was at Chez Irene with a new bike for Roy. And one of the traditional dishes in Moorea, or French Polynesia in general, is called Poisson Cru. It is marinated tuna, sushi basically, traditionally it's in a coconut with lime juice. It's like ceviche. And my dish from Chez Irene was not in a coconut, but it was in a little bit of coconut milk, so it was sweet. It's still marinated in the lime, and it had like onions. If all you do in Moorea when you go is get in a cab and go directly to Chez Irene and order lunch and get Poisson Cru, your life will be changed forever. Oh my God, I am so fat and happy right now. That Poisson Cru, which is tuna ceviche in Moorea, OMG, maybe one of the best things I've ever eaten. Like, this place is incredible. And we finished our unbelievable lunch. We saw a bunch of people with French baguettes under their arms, you know, riding their bicycles through town, which of course you're in French Polynesia, it makes sense. But another fun fact about Moorea is that your mail is not delivered to your house. You have to go to the post office to get your mail. But what is delivered to your house? You guessed it, fresh baked bread. They literally will deliver fresh baguettes to your house twice a day. I mean, really, you gotta love that. And we were back on the road with a proper e-bike this time so that we could keep going, and we made our way to the stop where the kayaks were to leave.
c'est que des moments before going inside.
And we meet Jack, this little guy. Oh my God, he totally captured our hearts, and you'll see he's extensively part of our kayaking day. We get a little tutorial on what our plan is on the kayaks. These kayaks, if you have an opportunity to be in the water, especially these types of crystal clear waters, and be in a transparent or clear kayak, absolutely book this. This was so cool. All the way around, all the way underneath, it's clear. You can see everything underneath, below your feet, on the sides. Just really cool. We could see the fish swimming below us. It was really cool. Where are we right now?
We are in Moorea.
Doing
A glass bottom boat of some sort.
a kayak.
Look at that mountain. Oh, yeah, look at the kayaks.
Thank you for the panoramic
Look at
of
those kayaks back there.
the water. All right, hang on, I will get that. When you keep going around, can you take us around the other way? And I'll get it behind us.
Okay.
There we go. And the beautiful mountain view. He gives us kind of a, you know, the 101 on kayaking, and then he tells us we're going to kayak out to the first stop, and we're off. We're paddling our way through the crystal clear, beautiful Pacific Ocean off the coast of Moorea. These are moments like, is this actually, oh, what is happening right now? It was, it just took my breath away. At our first stop, we have what's called Jack juice. So if you remember, Jack's this little guy. And they crack open a coconut, and we have fresh coconut juice right here on the beach with our kayaks in the water, and we just take a break from the kayaking. The kayaking is a workout, like upper body workout. Even the two of us, we were, it's a workout. So we needed a little break, we needed some juice, and we just enjoyed the beautiful view. And then we jumped back in the kayaks and we're back out. Our next stop is a shallow area where we can jump out of the kayaks and we can snorkel. So when we started the kayaking, Roy didn't realize that we would be snorkeling, and so he's never snorkeled before, and he wasn't super excited to start today. So I said, you know, you do your thing. I'm jumping in the water, I'm going. And I got my snorkel gear and I was off, and I turn around and Roy's in the water with his snorkel gear and he loved it. And here's a picture of him snorkeling, and do you see what I see? These nurse sharks are friendly creatures. Despite their fearsome look, nurse sharks are friendly towards humans and not typically aggressive. The primary word there being typically. It should be noted that these animals can cause serious harm if they're disturbed or feel threatened. No fatal attacks on humans have ever been noted. So yeah, there's that. They were literally, you know, simpatico with us out there, and we weren't fearful at all, but there is something to be said for swimming with sharks, especially when we were not prepared to be snorkeling to begin with. The whole thing was just overwhelming, but so super cool. An hour of just beautiful, extraordinary snorkeling, and we reluctantly have to paddle our way back. But we make it back, we jump back on our e-bikes, and we decide we're going to go the other way on the e-bikes down towards Cook's Bay. And it is, again, there are no words to describe how unbelievably beautiful it is. At one point I said to Roy, I think we're in heaven. Like, I think this is heaven. It was so just extraordinary. Absolutely loved it. Over on Cook's Bay, it's quiet, and so it just was so peaceful. There's not traffic. There was not a lot of traffic in Moorea anyway, but there just weren't cars, there were no people. It was just so quiet and peaceful. The view through the bay back, seeing the cruise ship in the bay, just, yeah, totally stole my heart. Absolutely loved it. We took the afternoon to ride around down there, and then we made our way back to the port and tendered our way back to the ship. Waved goodbye to Moorea. Will definitely not be the last time that we go there. And again, seeing the island from the cruise ship back at night, that was special in and of itself. And Moorea is in the top 5 best places in the world to stargaze. Again, because there's just nothing out there, and so the light pollution is 0. And so I'm not sure if you can see from this video, but the stars were brilliantly bright, and it was just a moment to say goodbye to Moorea. Really special. So on our Moorea map, it says life is better in Moorea. And let me tell you, we now know unequivocally life is absolutely better in Moorea. As I said, shot up to #1 on my most favorite places list of anywhere I've been in the world, let alone on this 9-month journey. So yeah, if you have not been to French Polynesia, specifically Moorea, put it on your list, go, schedule it today. It is absolutely amazing. I hope you were able to experience Moorea like we did and feel like you were really there. Yeah, incredible. So next up, we have one more stop in French Polynesia in Tahiti. So I hope you join me next time for Tahiti. If you liked the video today, please be sure to hit the like button, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Any comments, thoughts on Moorea, I'd love to hear from you. And thank you again for joining me on this extraordinary journey. Bye for now.